Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Galley La Podcast. We are going to be discussing the latest One Piece live action trailer that just dropped. Um, Please like and subscribe if you haven't, so we can keep bringing you guys more content like this. Um, so, what was your overall reaction to this before we get into the nitty gritty of everything? Akainu Fanboy.
So I will say that it's given me overall more hope. There's a couple of concerns I'd say with some of the, fighting, but I think it looks good though.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of nitpicks here and there, but I think it looks pretty good though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, for me, overall, it looks. This is the trailer that I think we should have gotten before, because I think we get to see kind of more the effects and the overall feel of what the show is going to be like, and this makes me much more excited for it, just to kind of experience the story in a different way. But yeah, that's my overall thoughts. But yeah, we finally get good looks at a lot of characters. We see the trailer starts out with Roger and his execution. What'd you think about how they went through with Roger?
Let's see. So I do like the scaffold. I see the look with the Marines and everything looks pretty good.
Yeah, and you get to see Garp.
Yeah. I wanted to say I'm in love with the actor for Roger. Really, I think Garp looks cool for the most part. I kind of think I think he looks all right. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Yeah. I think he looks okay.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that they kind of went for the more like actual pirate look with like the yellowed teeth and everything, kind of unkempt. But yeah, I expected Garp to be a little bit bigger, just because it's hard to translate Oda's unique character style to live action, so we shouldn't be. I shouldn't have been expecting Garp to be like 3 feet wide across the chest.
And Garp, it wasn't confirmed necessarily that Garp was at the execution. I think there was some indication that he wasn't because in episode 0 he fights Shiki with Sengoku.
Yeah, well, was that the same time as the execution? Or
it was roughly around the same time, I think. Well, actually, yes, because Shiki came to like free Roger, right? And they said they were executing him in the East Blue, the weakest sea, and everything. But we don't have to get too much into a tangent. But that's just how I at the very least, it's not confirmed that in the anime and the manga that Garp was actually at the execution site.
Yeah, well, there's one point that I see that they're definitely changing around, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But yeah, then we get to see they're already going with like the news seagulls, which means we may get live action Morgans sooner rather than later. I think that would be hilarious.
I like the look of the seagull though. It looks good. I like that.
Mm-hmm. I know we had some initial concerns about the special effects, but I'm glad that they're going more practical than not with a lot of the stuff, because I think one of the biggest things that I was concerned about was how they were going to adapt the fishmen, but it looks like it's all going to be like prosthetics mostly with minimal makeup or minimal CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of okay with. I mean, we could talk more about that later. But in terms of like, the Alvida, I kind of wish she was fatter. I guess I assume that's Alvida right there. But
Yeah.
And I did like the Jolly Roger thing too. I thought that did crack me up a bit. And in terms of looks, I think the actress for Nami does seem to capture the role pretty well and everything, you know. And I did see some stuff on Twitter in terms of a lot of the costumes they were wearing was a lot of the costumes we see from Oda's art on cover stories and everything like that. So I did like that little attention to detail there, which is really cool.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Especially there's like a flower pattern one that Luffy wears, and Usopp too. But yeah, and then we get to see a little bit of Buggy, and it looks like they're actually like in a circus tent with him. I guess this is going to be in Orange Town. I guess they're going to play more into that side of him. And just sticking on Buggy, we get to see his powers. And how do you think that looked?
Looked good. Yeah, I actually didn't really think it looked super cheesy or anything. I actually thought it looked slightly menacing, but you have the comical aspect to it too and everything, you know?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting his voice to be so deep.
Yeah, and him and Arlong, their voices seem too serious, you know? I mean, obviously they can always change that and stuff like that, but Arlong especially, he's not that serious of it. Like, he's always laughing, you know, and everything like that. He doesn't really come off as a super solemn guy. Same with Buggy as well.
Well, with I thought they did Arlong pretty well.
He looks good. I'm just talking about more the voice inflection.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. We didn't have I would have to rewatch it. I've only watched it like once or twice. But yeah, and then we get to see a little bit of Mihawk in the trailer too. And
Captain Kuro too.
Well, we only get to see like Kuro's claws, so
yeah, that was a cool shot. I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked that one.
I think they're a little too short, but I guess you can't have like 2 foot long katana blades on each finger.
Yeah.
So I guess it would be good. I like that. But there's like a shot of Zoro down a well.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if this is like because Mihawk says that thing to Zoro about him being a frog in a well. I'm wondering.
Oh, I thought he just got lost.
Well, I was thinking about that too, but maybe I'm reading too much into it. But,
I mean, your interpretation is a lot cooler than mine. So.
Yeah. Well, I think it would be cool if like Zoro is having like recovering from the wound and he has like a fever or something and he's hallucinating part of that. But because he only has one sword at that point in the thing. But yeah, after that we get let's see. Oh yeah. So this is the point that I was kind of confused because we see the fishmen at the Baratier. Did you notice that?
So to a Don Krieg and the most important character post time skip Jin is not going to be in this?
No, they are in there. I know that they've been casted, but it looks like I don't know. They're combining part of Arlong Park with the Baratier, which I guess for time they kind of need to do that. But I was kind of surprised because you see Sanji fighting Kurobi. I'm like, excuse me, but Kurobi looks good. He looks like right out of the comics, but yeah, I don't know because later on you see Arlong busting out of the Baratier.
That's gonna yes. So they definitely probably have to work on it in terms of time and everything. But what do you think of the combat though with Sanji's kicks and Zoro's blades and everything?
So I did see that there was a little bit of concern about the floatiness of it. Um, I thought like the actual like impact of Sanji like kicking the fisherman looked good until he just stopped. Like there was no momentum. He just kicked the guy and then landed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the floatiness of that. And Zoro running along the wall was a little goofy, but I don't know. I think overall it was fine. I've watched the Rurouni Kenshin live action movies that was adapted from an anime, and they used the physics of that is most comparable to this, because it seems like all anime stuff is kind of floaty, and even the Bleach live action one, yeah, from what I remember, a lot of it's floaty.
And because the CGI looks better than the floaty stuff for me, and everything, like just in terms of the Buggy and the Luffy shots seem to be better and all the rest. But I like the shot of Arlong Park. I think it looks cool. Like the Baratier interior, and then we get a brief shot of the walk to Arlong Park too, so
Yeah.
I like the shots, the shots look good. I think the combat will be the hardest, and that's probably where I'm at with it, but like I also do like the shot with Nami, Luffy putting the hat on Nami, and then I think just a few shots of Usopp. I think he looks good from what I've seen right there.
I like there's this one shot of Usopp where he has like the full captain's garb on. I thought that was pretty funny, like passing himself off as Captain Usopp.
That's good. But actually, and then we see Nami walk up with them, bursting through the gate.
Yeah. There's definitely going to be some changes.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to accept it. I'm surprised we didn't see like Nojiko or anything.
What do you think of Kobe?
He looks like a goober. He looks appropriate. That
looks just about how I'd expect him. Yeah. He's pretty fair.
Did you expect him to be half of Luffy's height like he was in the manga?
Well, no, I mean, it's weird just kind of where we're at in the manga with Kobe. No spoilers, but it's just like, he's just like kind of a shock. It's what all I'm gonna say, just to see them. So it's just weird getting this back to back. That's all. But it looks honestly, pretty happy and pleased with what I've been seeing so far. So it looks really good.
I will say that what was it? Because I'm kind of going through the trailer as we're talking. I don't know what they're doing with Arlong Park, but they have like shark attack signs and like a water slide.
Yeah.
And it looks like an amusement park, and I don't know why they would do it like that. That's a little weird. Especially because Arlong is supposed to be like he's supposed to be like taking over the whole island and being a dictator and a menace to everyone.
But he's still playful though, like kind of that point I was bringing up with, he's still like a playful person.
To an extent, but like
in a psychotic way, right?
Yeah, but why would he have that for like his own fish?
Yeah.
Like,
oh no, I'm not defending that, but I'm just saying like maybe that's kind of where they're getting it from, even though the actor's not really portraying that part of him in the trailer per se.
Yeah, I mean we got like 2 scenes with Arlong. I'm sure that they'll be fine with it. He even has his sawtooth blade.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I just wish I wanted to see Axe Hand Morgan,
We gotta see a little bit of him. We gotta see his axe.
And and I'm curious to see how they do helmet bow and everything too.
Yeah, so. Mihawk looks really good.
Yeah.
The one
Mihawk
shot that we got of him. But yeah, we get to see like Luffy fighting Arlong in the map room, and we get to see more like he's using a Gatling on Arlong. What'd you think of that with the effects?
No, yeah, I think the effects look fine. I'm more so worried about Sanji and Zoro than I am for the Luffy stuff, to be honest.
Okay.
I did like how they added in Bellamy though at the end.
Well,
his Wano poster.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Hold on, let me get to that part. Cavendish is also in there, and Foxy.
Let's see that.
Yeah, Cavendish. Like the shot with Alvida. Cavendish is in the lower left, and then.
Oh, I see it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess they've already casted, or they're like using someone to stand in for him, and we also get a Foxy one, the next one, which was like, I thought Cavendish was like after everyone, but no, he was before the worst generation. He was 1 year before them. Yeah. So I thought that the cute little Easter eggs like that.
I like the attention to detail like that. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah. That only fans would know.
Yeah.
But it looks like they're thinking that far ahead for this, which, depending on how good it does, we might be seeing more of this. But yeah, this is definitely a better showing than I think that first trailer. Which, it was only a couple weeks ago at this point, right? A couple weeks or a month ago.
Yeah, no, it was during the Void month, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm more optimistic now. Like I'm actively looking forward to seeing this now rather than skeptic about it.
Right.
But
yeah, I agree with that too. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's everything. The more they show, the more optimistic I'm getting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. They even translated Mary, Kaya's butler, pretty well. Like he has the horns and everything. And like he's one of the weirdest characters in the show, I think, just because he's a literal like he's not a mink or anything.
He's like a fawn type of weird guy, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. Any closing thoughts?
No. I'm happy, and I just hope they don't mess it up or anything, and that they keep it good. And I'm not trying to say that in a douchebag way or a hater way. I'm just saying like. I genuinely just want them to do a good job on it. I'm rooting for them to succeed, and what they showed here was promising.
Mm-hmm. And I think that if more people see this, they'll be willing to give the anime or manga a chance, which I think is the ultimate goal for this. But yeah, looks pretty good. So that's it for us. Thank you for listening, and we will see you guys later. Goodbye.
Peace.